group topic is Challenges of Operations and Technology Management and the Emerging Trends. Nowadays, the improving competitions of businesses are challenging, coupled with the evolutions of technology in operations. It pushed the boundaries and changing how the world does business. Improved technology driven by the implementations of technology-driven innovations in business processes has also increased productivity in the supply chain, minimizing cost and error. These advances benefits all areas of the logistic management and lead to a logistic management solutions that moving towards making the global supply chain more customer-centric and sustainable. Actually, what is logistic management? From the slide, you can actually see that logistic management play a key role in supply chain management. And from the concept of supply chain management, it is a process of strategically managing the procurement, movement, and storage of materials, parts, and finished inventory through the organization and its marketing channel in such a way that current and future profitability are maximized through the cost-effective fulfillment of order. Today, we are moving towards a trend of everything being online and right at our fingertips for immediate access. For example, like Amazon, the pioneer of fast-paced delivery service. It is very possible that you can receive your package less than an hour after your ordering and depending on where you live. Those few major technology advances that I mentioned just now is actually changing the future of logistic industry are like tracking system, Internet of Things, autonomous technologies, for example like trucks or drones, and also the power of social media. Since the 80s, the world has experienced the three industrial revolution which has powered by a disruptive new technology, and we are now in the fourth industrial revolution, which is Industry 4.0. Generally, and the logistic management has been experimenting in parallel for some time its own revolutions. The revolution process gives rise to the creations of new network and where the divisions between the physical and the information will tend to be grouped in technological and development under the core pillars of Industry 4.0. In 2009, we are actually observed that global pandemic has affected almost all aspects of the world economy. One industry that has seen particularly noticeable changes over the period is e-commerce. As self-isolated consumers turn to online spending, it has created immense pressure on the supply chain logistic industry to keep up with the increasing demand. As a result, businesses or logistic industry are stepping up with innovative strategies to respond to this rapid shifting logistic trend currently. From automated warehouse technology to last mile delivery solutions, we will discuss in our paper the emerging trends of logistic management in the concept of operations and technology management, and also extend from here, we will highlight all the issues together with the strategized solutions for the industry.
Good afternoon, Doctor. Topic for my today is Logistic Industrial Trend for year 2021. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused several damage to the global trade. Across the worldwide, we have seen and continue to see the sign of interruption in supply chain, raising risk of unemployment, sign of a restriction, including happened in Malaysia. Logistic companies have implemented a lot of innovative strategy to make the quick change in logistic trend. Here with the sum of a trend in operation and technology that have implemented in the logistic industry. For my finding, there are 15 industrial trends that have practiced by logistic company. The first trend is called blockchain. Blockchain is type of an online database that stores certain data together in chain. Blockchain provide a transparency and traceability to logistic company. Blockchain is type of a secure solution to create a paperless delivery. The second trend is on e-commerce logistics. The e-commerce business is increased during the pandemic time, and logistics company have implement a lot of innovative technology or even strategy to expand their business and offer a great delivery option to the customer. And the third trend is on reverse logistics. In year 2021, good reverse logistics management is required due to development of e-commerce business. Reverse logistics involve all the value-added service that company able to provide after the point of sales. The post-sale service is included return, repair, reselling, or recycling service. Reverse logistics involve the procedure of recycle the product from the end customer back to the retailer or even back to the manufacturer. Reverse logistics, also known as a aftermarket logistics. Reverse logistics play a very important role in drive for the environmental sustainability. And the fourth trend is called elastic logistics. Elastic logistics, which is allowed the company to deal with the supply chain operation with more efficiency for the duration of in the world of fluctuation in the demand. It helps upskill and downskill the supply chain operation based on market demand. Logistic company can enhance its operational agility to be able to adapt for the quick change in the consumer demand. DHL have implement, we call it Transportation Management Service, TMS, to manage and optimize their transportation fleet in order to cater the demand from their customer. And the fifth trend is focusing on warehouse automation. Warehouse automation increase the efficiency, speed, and the productivity in warehouse, which will minimize the human intervention. Automated guide vehicle (AGV), robotic picking, automatic storage are the example of some of the place technology that can have reduced the error of a human and push the warehouse productivity. And the sixth trend is called IoT, we call it Internet of Things. The IoT is a network of a physical device that can monitor and transfer the data throughout the internet without the human interaction. IoT in logistics can enhance the visibility of each of the supply chain steps and improve the efficiency in inventory management. Accuracy and the optimization in the data management will be one of the important point that focusing by logistic industry. A research conducted by Perez Research Group (PGR) is conclude that e-commerce business has expanded by 60% or more since the pandemic began. The e-commerce business in Malaysia is grow during the COVID-19 outbreak in Malaysia. From the table, we can see that many leading e-commerce platforms such as Shopee, Lazada, Tesco Online, or even Mudah have become a commercial platform for consumers. Now we continue our discussion on the logistic industrial trend that have practiced by many logistic companies. The seventh trend is called Lean Logistics. Lean Logistics is all about the practice that improve the operational at all levels in supply chain with eliminating the waste and increase the company efficiency. Warehouse and the transportation in supply chain operation is a core in adopting in this lean logistic practice. Lean logistic concepts such as just-in-time, Kaizen, and the Six Sigma have led a new way of warehouse practice in logistic industry. The lean logistic have a very great impact on the constant improvement in the cost, time, and efficiency arrangement. The eighth trend is focusing on last mile delivery. Last mile delivery have a great impact on the consumer satisfaction. The route congestion, government regulation, and the delivery density is the challenges that face in last mile delivery. Logistic company has explored a lot of enhanced technology solution and the new delivery module continually to drive for the continued improvement in the whole supply chain process. Cloud computer also one of a trend that focus by logistic company. A cloud-based solution called SaaS is a pay-per-use module for the logistic company that require a very low capital investment. The cost and the rates for the maintenance is very minimum. Cloud-based logistics solution also eliminated the barrier in communication and allowed the business to cooperate and share the data with their customer. Data from the management system can be collected in the cloud and can be used in analyze the performance in logistics processes. Cloud integrated logistics is accessibility in everywhere and no limitation on the physical space. Some of the company also now toward to this omni-channel logistic arrangement and re-optimize their service routing. In order to meet the consumer demand, omni-channel logistics strategy it aims to integrate the inventory, logistic and distribution function across all sales channels. A good omni-channel logistic can give a consumer a seamless and enjoyable shopping experience. The omni-channel logistics solution is to ensure the logistic whole supply chain achieve an ideal cost to be served at all levels of a supply chain. The 11th trend is focusing on autonomous vehicles. The deployment of autonomous vehicles for the delivery has influenced by the transport trend. In future, a self-drive truck is able to reduce the driver of their duty and to be more efficiency when operate on the congested road. This technology become a reality and allow for the safe and timely delivery. Logistic company also focus on the AI trend is called artificial intelligence. AI assists in improving the functionality of a transport arrangement, identify the potential problem, and recommend the solution to logistic company. AI have enabled more resilience in supply chain and improve on the cost efficiency in operation. Many giant logistic companies are turning to AI to replace human for some of the supply chain tasks. Nowadays, environmental sustainability is one of the big challenges that faced by many logistic companies. There is a dramatically increase of demand trend on the green practice and the solution in logistic company. Green technology always enforced by the government in globalization market. Logistic industry need to focus on eco-friendly and efficiency module in transportation the good from the factory point to the consumer hand. Many logistic companies also focusing on their employee for the internal factor. The employee experience is a root of many current trends in operational management. Employee is an asset for organization. The skilled employee can maximize the productivity and improve the organization bottom line. Many logistic companies have invest in in-house or external development training to their staff to make sure that their staff always remain competitiveness, skill, and experience in workplace. And the last trend is focusing on communication and collaboration. The team cooperation create a positive company culture. The effective teamwork is a driver for many organizations to drive for the better improvement. The effectiveness for the internal communication can provide a cooperative between the team member. The mobile communication will ensure the timely respondent between all levels of the organization that allow everyone to have access for the important information wherever they are.
Let's move on. My name is Gaur. Today I will mainly discuss the issue and the challenges in the logistic industry. So actually the transportation, the logistic company is the backbones that support the economic growth actually. Government having a lot of taxes from all this industry, and with the help of the AI and the Internet of Things technology, we can witness that from the past 10 years and until now, they are doing their work physically, and now is slowly transformed into the digital technology innovation. So by these 2 years, right, from 2002 to 2021, they have the increased demand of the e-commerce, and this is definitely forcing the shipper and the logistic company to upgrade themselves to in terms of their system and the technical level. So basically so what they will be facing is their about the transportation cost actually. So this is how they reduce their transportation costs, and actually right their transportation costs incurs about 30 to 50% in from their revenue actually. So and this is quite heavy, and let's say in terms of the oil price spike up, right, they can easily up to the 50% of their costs of their total expenses. So rather than that, with the Internet of Things, they rather combine the shipment for the cost reductions, which is from the logistic A to logistic B. If let's say they are depart from the same and from the same location, right, they can actually combine their shipment and ship it together. So this is to actually avoid the traffic congestions, uh, congestion cap actually, and right, and actually they can reduce their total mileage and their maintenance costs, vehicle maintenance costs, and also reduce the violence and the safety risk regarding of the goods. So the second thing will be the improve of their business process. So a lot of logistic company nowadays, they choose to rely on the 3PL partners actually. So what is 3PL partners is actually they can actually provide the warehouse and truckload shipment, the fulfillments in terms of pickup and pack and kitting and many more actually. Just like the construction, right, building construction, the developer, they are actually subcon, which what we call subcontractor, to subcon their job to the other contractor in to help them to build their building. So the concept is actually applying to the logistic also as well, right? So they are more to promote their cost reduction and the business improvement, right? So the third thing will be the strengthen of the customer service. So often from last time for the past few years, right, we can see that their the service is not so good, right, actually. But for right now, they have improved a lot actually, and they can easily let people know the real-time location by their customer in terms of sending an email or using their apps actually. Yeah, so they can be is quite visible right now, and is very good for the customer to having this kind of experience, and their customer expectation is for now. Yeah, so the fourth thing will be the improve of the supply chains. right? And the logistic company actually need to take the visual measurement for all the links that to link it together in terms of their goods can be tracked on the real-time basis, right? And to ensure that they follow the route as per and the timetable as scheduled, and they can actually take the massive action quickly in, let's say there's the interruption in between, so they can actually track the real-time cargo location to make sure that their goods, right, can accurately they can deliver on time and accurate the time given. And right, so let's move on with the fifth one. So the following will be the supply chain funding is type. Is actually this is very common for the logistic and transportation company in term because their expenses is higher in terms of the maintain the taxes, and the following the things will be the payment delay by their by their customer. This is actually widely affect the shippers to in turn to operate for their business, right? So the following will be the global economy, like last year because of the COVID, right? So actually they affect their business heavily, which is we can see it here, right? From all the while it will be maintained about the same level, and from the last year itself, right, it turns negative, right? But then it's only affect for about a few months time, and it quickly pick it back, right? This is because, right, there's a lot of restriction, like example, the shipment cannot like the shipment cannot move in from the China because of the restriction of the country, and therefore there's short of goods, and definitely it will affect the transportation and the logistic company because they cannot move and operate their business properly, right? So therefore they having a industry decline, and they having some losses on that particular month. So the following will be the shortage of the truck driver actually. So often we can see that the truck driver is quite a high pressure and a high intensity transportation job, because they need to drive long hours and even sometimes during the night or midnight, right? So and their wages is actually not as high as the courier deliverer, right? So there is actually facing a shortage of the truck driver to help them to deliver the goods timely and accurately. So the last one will be the counter policies and regulations. So actually the government have a great power over the global shippers, which include the 40 agencies involved in the trade shipments, like example such as FDA, US Consumer and Safety, and so on actually, and also include for the Consumer Product and Safety Commission and the Department of the Agriculture, in order to seek for their approval before shipments. So this is actually quite challenging for the logistics company in terms of their operation, and it's very hard to say exactly what is happening on the last mile during day of delivery, because they can be often like stopped by the custom, like example in Malaysia custom, they need to check for their goods and all this and etc. So this the currently what they are facing right now for their challenges in the logistics and transportation company.
Next, I will talk about management in logistics. So, in the last 2 decades, the logistics business has been able to keep pace with technological advancements. Supply chain management, package delivery, and other aspects of logistics are at the forefront of new technology. The companies that prosper are those who embrace the newest trend and use them in a manner that capitalize on existing and conventional technology. So there are some common technology able to refine the logistic operation management. So for the first one is crowdsourcing delivery tasks. To getting goods to remote areas is tough logistically. So several businesses have looked at the ways to reduce costs and time spent on these tasks. Second, working together to outsource. So local deliveries may be made without gig workers, but long-distance deliveries too. Using this method, the competition may coexist. The business may eventually build a local gig workers marketplace. Employees might want to work for numerous companies. Next is smart warehouse management. Despite recent advances in IoT and AI, warehouse automations must be remained. It uses a combination of hardware and software to automate job scheduling. Using smart technology to alter a warehouse has the following benefits, such as the Internet of Things, IoT, enables real-time inventory tracking utilizing RFID and barcodes. So, for the next benefit is many degrees of automations may be employed to save time and money. A computer programs may manage everything from customer service to work planning and billings. And also, using established software solution will reduce the human errors, such as WMS, which allows you to do several tasks. Like also, the big data analysis is utilized to calculate product sales. So for the warehouse management, able to help the whole supply chain. For the last technology will be the multi-route planning system. The global supply network assists urban on-demand delivery agents contributes to the numerous supply chain. In use the advanced multi-route planning, which is IMPS. First features is map customization. The supply chain's distribution points as well as the location of warehouse and retail shops are set and unlikely to alter. So for the second one is destination prioritization. When receive an urgent delivery, the delivery personnel might prioritize one location over another. And the third one is route identification. The application IMPS able to identify the driver routes since it knows each destination and prioritize them. And the last is route recommendation. The IMPS is capable of advising vehicles on the best route to take.
Okay, I shall proceed with the new strategy in logistics. Coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic start in year 2019 changed the rules book of business, including logistic industry. Everyone have no choice but adapt to sudden change. For logistic and supply chain, the pressure to deliver quickly and efficiently have never been higher. Every corporate strategy, employee behavior, and workflow pattern is now being revisited. Switch action is a must to ensure highest level of service, quality control, and cost efficiency. On top of tactical decision about transportation and warehousing, a good logistics strategy is required to ensure high service level of supply chain. Drastic change due to pandemic have forced organizations to implement logistics strategy that can adapt flexibility of the supply chain. Strategy number 1, connectivity. Change connectivity. In line with the change in online platform business demand, logistic change is no longer focused on locality. A good logistics strategy is to build our network worldwide, from manufacturer, warehouse, shipping, until doorstep delivery force. All activities from every party shall be linked up with technology in order to provide efficient delivery and delivery status update in real time. This will also enhance visibility and streamline process so that we can meet the challenges. Strategy number 2, configurable solutions. Configurable solution is more reliable and it can be configured to meet a various demand, various need in our logistic change. A full configurable solutions will be able to adapt into various needs of our business instead of forcing us to adapt to them. Use of accurate data for decision. A good logistic change needs to have able to access to real-time facts for accurate decision with minimum time invested. And accurate data will help logistic business to reach maximum potential and bring our plan to success. Timely and accurate fact can be obtained with some innovation in technologies to our logistic change. Adopt of new technologies. Logistic industry have no choice but to invest into innovation such as cloud technologies. This is important to help logistic company to be able to track and trace their activity in real-time basis. This technology innovation will help logistic players to grow faster and become game changer in the future. The future of logistics is really promising and business must take proper steps to keep with it. A logistic strategy is comprehensive and effective when it combines all three levels of logistic planning, which are the strategic, operational, and technical level, as well as addresses of four main points in the supply chain, which are facility location, customer service level, inventory, transportation decision making. A good long-term decision is crucial to ensure that logistics play a full role in supporting company products in the market and plays at all times and stand strong against the competition. Thank you.
We have discussed about emerging trends of logistic management in the concept of operations and technology management, and also highlighted the issue together with the strategized solutions. In the past, our understandings on logistic management concept was very limited to simple book knowledge, and we feel very curious about the logistic itself, and it is very hard for us to imagine the differences between the real logistic industry and what we are imagining in our mind until we are in the practice of logistic management. The theoretical knowledge that breaks through the fixed books fully recognize the cumbersome steps in the actual challenge, and various departments and functions played by enterprise operations are closely related to each other. For logistics, it is an organic combination of basic function and information processing. But in actual proportion, it is not that simple as what we thought. Logistic activities need to combine rationally with each other to form an organic whole, so as to fully utilize the role of each department and each logistic worker. The logistic refers to the unified dispatch of various logistic links, departments, and institutions in the logistic process. Various operation aspects of logistic, the definition, the basic function, and each operations process have a certain theoretical basis. Combining all these theories with actual operations can improve the ability of transportation knowledge in practice, thereby enhancing the awareness of understanding about how they could transform into advance with Industry 4.0 technology. Thank you, that's all. And this is our presentation for the group.